my name is Stephanie Good. I'm going to be playing the role of the social worker from Willow Domestic Violence Center. My client is a 26-year-old white female who has come to me with questions about whether she is in domestic violence situation with her boyfriend, who has just returned from a tour in Afghanistan. This is her first time meeting. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm the social worker here at Willow. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that everything that we discuss here is completely confidential. Whatever you tell me will stick in between us. I will not be talking to other people or family members or any sort of that based on your situation. It's all between us. And the only time I will ever have to break that confidentiality is if you discuss with me that you are making plans to hurt yourself or you plan on hurting others. So what brings you here today?
Well, I have a couple of questions about my boyfriend. He's so great. He really is. We've been together for 4 years. He just came back from this tour in Afghanistan, and I've noticed that there are a lot of things that are different about him. You know, he used to be so warm and kind, and we were on equal grounds, and now he's never hit me or anything like that, but he's done some things. He's started insulting my weight. He doesn't like it when I spend time with friends. The other night I tried to go out to a bar with a couple of friends, and he didn't. He almost had a meltdown and I ended up having to cancel plans. He doesn't like it when I call my mom every day, but he doesn't like those phone calls because he says that we should be spending time together because he just got back. And again, he's never hit me, he's never broken anything in the house like that, but I'm afraid of him, I guess is the best way to describe it. And I don't want to be afraid of him, but I don't know what to do because I know he saw active combat, but he won't talk to me about it, and I don't want to live in a relationship that I'm unhappy in. And I don't know even if this is, I don't even know if this counts as abuse. Honestly, does it? I don't know.
From what you're telling me, I can definitely tell that you are a loving person. You deeply care for your boyfriend regardless of the bad things that have happened, which are awesome. And the only thing that concerns me is when you say that you are afraid of him. You know, a relationship, although none of them are perfect, you should never be afraid of the person. And I know it's hard because it can be that you have all these good times, and that's a great thing. And that's sometimes what makes us try to work things out, and not much has changed. So I'm very glad that you have come to me and have the courage to come to me about these situations, for I can imagine that they can be difficult to talk about.
I guess I was sort of wondering what I can do. I don't even know what this place is about, honestly. I just heard from a friend that you guys do domestic violence stuff, and I don't know what programs you offer or if you can even help me, because he technically hasn't broken any laws.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Even though he has not technically broken any laws from what it seems, and from what you have discussed with me, and from the briefing that I've read in your case files, just to better understand you. And I'm glad you told me everything from the start, so because I'd rather hear things directly from you and not just a piece of paper. And there could be some more information that he could be breaking laws. It doesn't necessarily stem on the base. Just because it's not physical hitting doesn't mean that it's not abusive and doesn't harm you in some certain way, because you should never be harmed. Everyone is worthy of being respected, no matter what has happened to them or individual situations. It's not based on that stuff. Everyone has the right to feel safe. And we definitely can help you. This is a normal situation. You know, I know there's intersectionality, everyone has different situations, but there's a lot of similarities. And from what we have here, I can give you a couple options to choose from. It's all based on what you feel the most comfortable with. We have group counseling sessions where women who are experiencing things possibly similar to you, we all discuss in a group and we all work together to build each other up. It helps with empowerment, and it helps you even create friends. And another option, if you don't feel comfortable being in a group setting talking about issues they may be having, because that's very likely, but we also have individual counselors here who meet with you one-on-one to discuss anything you want to discuss about. We can talk about certain things, like we have something called the power wheel, where you can distinguish whether or not your relationship is controlling or not, and give you the empowerment that you need and to stand your ground to make things better. And it's also preventative because we demonstrate what red flags are in relationships, so you can better understand what is abusive and what's not right. So those, whenever you feel ready, we can always set up another appointment between me and you, or I can set you up with someone based on whether or not you want to do individual or group counseling. Just let me know.
I think I'm gonna go to individual counseling.
Mm-hmm.
You're the first person I've told about this. I haven't even told my mom about it. And I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, maybe it's not that bad, but then I get home from work and he's just changed and I don't know what to do. So I'm very glad that you offered those options.
Absolutely.
What does individual counseling entail?
Well, someone will talk with you one-on-one. One thing that I think is important to know, that they may or may not have a notepad. We're not going to analyze you or anything saying there's something wrong with this person. It's nothing to do with that. We just keep notes to make sure that we're on track and keeping up to date with your current situations. And we will help you identify whether or not this is abuse or not. And a lot of the times what prevents women from coming in here, or even men of any kind of relationships, is that they feel like they're making exactly what you said, like a big deal out of something that they feel is small, and sometimes it's not always the reality. You were very brave for coming in here and asking questions, and I think we could definitely help you on whatever questions you have.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Absolutely.
I would really like to work with you again. Can I meet with you next week maybe?
Absolutely. I'll have to go and look through my calendar and we will discuss based on your schedule what we can fit in.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Yep, you too.